Hey everyone. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of deep learning, a key player in artificial intelligence, or AI as we like to call it. You've probably heard the term tossed around, and maybe you're wondering, what's all the buzz about? Well, stick around as we break it down in a way that's super easy to understand and relatable. So, what exactly is deep learning? In simple terms, it's a cool approach to machine learning that uses something called artificial neural networks. Think of it as a way for computers to learn and make sense of lots of data, kind of like how our brains work. Instead of someone feeding it explicit instructions, deep learning allows machines to automatically learn from huge sets of information. Imagine feeding it thousands of pictures of cats, and before you know it, it can recognize a cat from a single image. Now, let's talk about the backbone of deep learning: neural networks. Picture this as a network made up of tiny interconnected nodes, which we call neurons. Each of these neurons takes in information, processes it, and passes it along to the next one. You've got your input layer, hidden layers, and the output layer where the final result shows up. The magic happens through connections between these neurons that have different levels of importance, or weights. The more layers you have, the more complex patterns the network can detect. All right, let's break down how deep learning actually works. It usually operates through processes called supervised or unsupervised learning. During training, the network gets tons of examples and adjusts its internal connections, or weights, to minimize errors, basically figuring out how to make better predictions. Here's where the fun part comes in. It uses something called backpropagation. This is just a fancy way of saying that when the machine makes a mistake, it learns from it. It sends the error back through the network to tweak its weights, improving over time and learning complex relationships in data. Let's touch on some key components that make deep learning tick. Neural networks. They're like the brain behind deep learning. Layers and hierarchy. The more layers you have, the more intricate patterns you can recognize. So in something like image recognition, the first layers might find edges, the next might see shapes, and deeper layers, they can identify things, like whether it's a dog, a cat, or a car. Training data. Deep learning thrives on data. It needs loads of examples to learn properly. The more varied the data, the better it becomes at understanding and predicting outcomes. Optimization algorithms. Finally, algorithms like gradient descent help fine-tune those weights, ensuring the network improves its accuracy when making predictions. There are several types of deep learning models, each designed for specific tasks. Here are a few popular ones. Convolutional neural networks, CNNs. These guys are specialists in image processing. They're fantastic at spotting patterns in visual data, like recognizing faces or identifying objects in pictures. Recurrent neural networks, RNNs. When it comes to tasks involving sequences, like text or speech, RNNs are the go-to choice. They remember previous inputs, making them perfect for things like chatbots or language translation. Generative adversarial network, GANs. Ever heard of creating fake images that look super real? That's GANs at work. They consist of two parts: a generator that makes new data and a discriminator that checks if the data seems real. They compete against each other to produce amazing results. So, where do we see deep learning making waves? Let's explore some exciting applications. Computer vision. Deep learning powers many computer vision tasks. Think image classification and object detection. Companies like Google use it to auto-tag photos. Natural language processing. Ever chatted with a chatbot or used translation tools? That's deep learning, transforming language processing. Autonomous vehicles. Self-driving cars rely on deep learning for everything from object detection to safe navigation. Imagine a car that understands its environment. Exciting, right? Healthcare. Deep learning is also stepping up in healthcare by analyzing medical images to detect conditions like tumors, improving diagnoses significantly. Finance. In the finance world, deep learning helps detect fraud and forecast market trends, keeping our money safe. Looking ahead, the potential of deep learning is immense. As technology advances and we gather more data, these models will only get smarter and more efficient. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Challenges like needing tons of computational power and improving the transparency of these black box models still exist. Luckily, Researchers are hard at work to overcome these hurdles, and we can expect even more groundbreaking applications in the future. So there you have it, folks. Deep learning is a game changer when it comes to AI, making it possible for machines to learn from vast amounts of data and tackle really complex problems. Whether it's in healthcare, finance, or technology, it's definitely shaping the future of how we interact with machines. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on AI and tech. Thanks for watching and see you next time.